They gave me 24 hours to live, put me in an induced coma, and they put me on a medication that would help to increase my blood pressure. That medication caused gangrene to my extremities. Once I came out of the coma, I can see that my hands and my feet were necrotic. I knew that I was going to have to lose my hands and my feet. And I was just devastated.
This is all from wanting a fat ass. Now y'all understand why I'm such an advocate for just loving yourself, going to the gym, eating correctly, doing what you gotta do. I'd rather you get a gastric sleeve or whatever to lose some weight and then lift some weights or something than do this. This is absolutely insane. Like, this woman lost her limbs. Okay, lost her arms and feet. What up, everybody? I am the Mademoiselle, and this is my channel. And as you guys can tell by the intro as well as the title, today we're going to be doing illegal BBLs and injections part 2. Now, I ain't gonna hold you. I completely forgot that this was a series until I clicked on my channel the other day, and I'm like, oh, I did part 1. That says part 1, and I never did part 2, 3, 4. I should be on part 20 by now, because the amount of clips and the amount of personal stories out there about people getting illegal injections is insane. So I will say I apologize for not following up on this series. I got a lot of series I done started, and I'm going to have to start running it back and doing the part 2s, 3s, 4s, 5s, whatever. So if you did not watch part 1, it's going to be linked down below. We are going to be going through a lot of different stories of people who have gotten illegal injections, not just BBLs or like illegal BBLs, because like this whole topic spans a lot further than just women who want fat asses, okay? It spans a lot further than just, women getting lip filler and, having to get it taken out. Like, this is absolutely insane. The world of illegal injections in general is just so vast that like, I just I can't fathom. Okay, so this video is going to be more of a reaction based video, less than a sit down, because I kind of already said everything I had to say in the sit down. If this is your first time seeing me, understand I'm not down with any of the plastic surgery. I think it's ridiculous. I always thought it was ridiculous, even when everybody thought it was popular. I am not part of the do what you want trope. Let people do what they want, because it's all fun and games until you get botched. Now you're crying to us on the internet and you want us to donate to your GoFundMe because you want to go cut up your face, cut up your butt, cut up your breast because someone said that you were ugly and you were flat like an ironing board. Like, I do have sympathy for these people, but to an extent, because at the end of the day, we all hear about how dangerous a lot of this is. The only people who say that cosmetic surgery is not dangerous are the people that are doing these procedures, as well as the people who have gotten these procedures. Other than that, is a well-known fact that this is risky business. I believe in loving who you are. I believe in doing things the right way. I believe in doing the inner work to a T. I believe everyone that goes under some sort of cosmetic surgery has to be in therapy. It's absolutely ridiculous that a lot of them don't even think to go there first, because as someone that knows many women and men who have gotten surgical procedures in order to enhance something, every single one of them always has to go back under the knife to fix something because they cannot keep up with the maintenance. They do not like what they see. They want more work done. And it's just like, at this point, what was the point of even going under the knife? And it's annoying because it's never just a one and done. It's almost never. Like, it's very rare that you're going to go in there and be like, okay, well, I got my breast done, I'm done. Next thing you know, you want your butt done. Next thing you know, you need your nose pointier. Next thing you know, like, I don't got time for it, okay? Next thing you know, you walk around looking like Ant Life, looking like Michael Jackson. And personally, I just will never be okay with that. Like, I feel like if you genuinely feel like you have to get all that work done, there's genuinely something wrong with you. And if you have a problem with what I'm saying, that means you are probably one of those people that I'm talking about, and you need to go get help and not get so upset over a YouTube video about a personal opinion. Now, of course, aside from watching a part 1 before or after this video, please make sure you guys smash that like button, smash that subscribe button, and share this video with everybody that you know. Additionally, I'm going to be doing part 3 after this too, so that I don't sit here and run the risk of not updating this series. So I need y'all to get this to at least 1,000 likes so that I could drop part 3. Also, understand, this is a reaction channel, a reaction video. I'm going to have to pause a lot. I'm going to try to leave the playlist down below of all the videos that I reacted to, because I know there's some people that don't like the pausing. I don't know what y'all think this is. But yeah, go down below.
Medical grade silicone injections in this country is illegal. It is never a good idea to go to someone's home and have caulking material injected into your face.
Caulking material? Part of me wants to sit here and look up what people be getting injected when it's an illegal injection. I know I've heard of cement. Caulking material, that's not the same thing. I think it's in the same family. No, I'm not about to look it up. Maybe we'll look it up later. That went fait mal. I already got a headache. Oh my God, this coffee is about to be my saving grace.
I've had my brows lifted, my cheeks augmented. I've had nose jobs. Don't know how many. I like how I look.
Be nice, Yvana, be nice.
My motto is go big or go home. I have had over a gallon of liquid silicone in my body. I wish I had never done the liquid silicone. I've had it shot into my hips, in my rear, in my breasts. I didn't have any problems for a good 10 years. And then it started migrating. Skin started getting different texture and things started to change.
This is what I be talking about. A lot of times you get these procedures and you're fine for 6 months, a year, 2, 3, even 5 years. Hit that 10-year mark, that's when things start to go really, really bad. And this is not even just with cosmetic procedures. It's with a lot of different things. Even people who have gotten veneers. I know a lot of you guys have heard about veneer breath. No? Okay. There's a lot of different things that could go wrong when you're messing with the natural things in your body. Your body is the way it is for a reason. And when you start messing with things and augmenting things, it gets real nasty real quick.
I go to Colombia for only 2 weeks to go see my family. My cousin, she tells me about this great doctor that was having discounted surgeries on lipo. I went to see him and he said, yeah, we can do some lipo on your back. And he said, and you know what? With that fat, we can actually kind of recycle it. We can
a BBL?
Transfer it to your butt.
Okay.
I didn't tell my husband this.
You went to go get your body augmented and you don't tell your husband. Fait sens. Like, a lot of y'all don't need to be married. Just like I feel like a lot of y'all don't need kids. A lot of y'all don't need to be married, because what the fuck is the point if you're going to disrespect the marriage? Yes, this is disrespecting the marriage. I don't want to hear, oh, that's your body, your choice. It is. But you should at least inform the person that's going to be seeing and effing your body all the time. Like, yeah, you know, I got my booty done. Like, I don't know. I'd be kind of freaked out if my man went to go get fucking ab implants and I'm thinking he been working hard in the gym and them shits is freaking cardboard. Like, I need to know. I need to know. No, I don't own you, but I need to know. And I think this is extremely deceptive. How you do get it?
Because I wasn't going there for surgery. It just kind of happened.
You got lipo.
I was in love with the results. When my husband saw me, he said, what did you do? You look different. And I was just smiling, saying, no, I didn't do nothing. I was just working out.
And she think this funny. She said she didn't go there for surgery, but ended up getting lipo and then ended up getting a fat transfer, which in this point, it sounds like a BBL, which means you did no research. You just went there, they gave you whatever, and you sitting here laughing like it's funny. Like, there's nothing funny about this. Like, you literally got a Groupon BBL. Like, you got your shit from AliExpress and you laugh and this shit not funny. And it's really not funny because now you unboxed. Where your husband at? I want to know what he thinks about this. See, you see how he's not next to her? You see how he's not there co-signing her nonsense?
But then, 2014, I started feeling this, felt like pebbles. Sitting down, it was uncomfortable. It pinched me.
Okay.
And that's when I told my husband.
Yeah.
My husband is freaking out. What? But when did you did the fat transfer? You never told me about this.
Your common sense was probably pinching your dumb ass.
So I go to Colombia and I go see this doctor. He said that it was, in fact, that was silicone. And on the MRI, it's showing it's all over my butt.
What did he tell you?
We had to take it out immediately.
Okay.
He said, you're lucky, this can kill you.
You don't want to mess with injected silicone. It can cause massive recurrent bumps, lumps called granulomas. When that happens, this could damage the tissue. It can get in your blood supply. It can cause a clot. It can kill you.
I go in surgery about 3 days later.
Okay.
So he's making a big incision, one side to the other.
God, okay.
And then he's taking all the fat.
Removing fat with silicone
From this,
in it.
yeah, right. I come out from surgery, I was shocked. I didn't have enough fat, I was very slim. He said, we're gonna have to go with
Implants.
implants.
Okay.
Crazy thing is, we need to do an implants video. Child, I went down the rabbit hole of implants a few years ago. I have the notes for the video and everything, but it's like I don't have the emotional bandwidth to sit here and watch it again, as well as talk about it. It is insane. Just the breast implant one is crazy because we have breast implant illness that a lot of doctors barely even recognize, and women are literally like getting sick, almost dying from these things. The implant one is crazy, but I feel like implants might be a little safer than the silicone because at least you can just take that right out. The silicone is a little trickier because it spreads all over your body. It could cause so many horrible, what I'm telling you, horrible side effects, like this next story.
Miss April, and I'm 47 years old. I was teased about having a flat butt and kind of started my mental quest for a larger butt. At 38, a woman who wasn't a doctor said that she did butt injections. A week later, I found myself laying on her daughter's bed, having the silicone injected into my body.
So, if you're not aware, okay, if you know me personally, you know this. I got teased for having a flat ass. Over the years, I worked up to have what I have now, and it's still not perfect, but I love it. My man loves it, okay? I think I look cute. However, I used to be flat as an ironing board, baby. I was literally in between SpongeBob and the letter P. Like, I have that type of body type. And honestly, from losing weight, working out, taking semaglutide, and so many other things, I managed to get the body that I actually really do like, right? Now, I worked really hard to get where I got, but it's crazy because I grew up in the hood, and I've always heard about people getting these illegal injections, especially to get a fatter ass. Now, the thing is, I never knew that it was actually that dangerous until I became older, like high school, college years. That's when I started hearing about people dying, people getting arrested, and all this crazy stuff. But this story right here,
I didn't do any research on the silicone that was injected in my body, nor did I do any research on this woman. Second year, I went to numerous doctors to have the silicone removed, but they would have had to remove my butt cheeks, and nobody wanted to do that. By the fourth year, I was in excruciating pain. I went to the hospital. One of the nurses put some cream on my butt cheeks. Ended up eating a hole through my right butt cheek. And 2 months later, I ended up contracting a staph infection.
bruh. I'm going to try to put the trigger warning in the beginning of this video, but trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. This is absolutely insane. Like the amount of like back and forth this lady had to go through. And honestly, unfortunately, the amount of chances she had to get rid of this shit and didn't is kind of terrifying. Because it's like, oh my God, like this, it gets worse.
24 hours to live, put me in an induced coma, and they put me on a medication that would help to increase my blood pressure. That medication caused gangrene to my extremities. Once I came out of the coma, I could see that my hands and my feet were necrotic. I knew that I was going to have to lose my hands and my feet. And I was just devastated.
This is all from wanting a fat ass. Now y'all understand why I'm such an advocate for just loving yourself, going to the gym, eating correctly, doing what you gotta do. I'd rather you get a gastric sleeve or whatever to lose some weight and then like, lift some weights or something than do this. This is absolutely insane. Like this woman lost her limbs, okay? Lost her arms and feet off of illegal silicone injections. And obviously you can get legal ones and probably end up in a better spot. I know a couple people that got silicone and they're fine. kind of, I don't want to put people's business out there, but they're fine enough, but not really. Let's just say it's not this bad, but they still got a lot going on. And it's just like, at what cost do we have to do this? Like, we sit here, we're saying, you know, F society, we do what we want, my body, my choice, but what are we really doing these procedures for? Like, we're really sitting here getting butt injections, getting silicone injections, getting BBLs, getting breast augmentations, getting nose jobs, getting facelifts, doing all of this for ourselves, to look at ourselves in the mirror. I feel like we're doing it for society. Women, I feel like we're doing it for men. Children, I feel like we're doing it for validation, because as we know, people younger and younger are starting to go through these procedures, and that's what I genuinely do not understand. I feel like it's a lot about social acceptance, and a lot of it is, again, psychological. Now, unfortunately, this woman did pass away during the panorama. Okay, you already know, can't say the word on here. Okay, she died from C19 a few years ago. I don't remember the year, but honestly, rest in peace to her. She went through a lot, but most importantly, her story did help a lot of people not make the same mistake or go and get their silicone injections removed. She seems like an honest, great person. And it's really sad that she had to lose her life in that way. It's sad that she had to lose her limbs. But I'm happy that her story is resonating with so many people. Now, unfortunately, this is probably one of the worst things that can happen to you in terms of silicone injections, next to death. But they can also paralyze you.
And I'm literally just like there, like stiff as a board. They ended up getting a wheelchair for me because at that point I was fucking crying so much, saying, oh my god, I need a doctor, oh my god. Literally, we just fucking landed in a country that we don't know the fucking language. We don't know where the fuck we're going. We haven't even booked our hotel room. And like, I'm there like this, you know? So it's like, gag, right? And I may be laughing about this now, but like when it was happening, like, dude, I literally thought I was gonna die. I was literally like accepting the fact that like, I'm gonna fucking die, dude. Like, oh my god. And like my phone service didn't work, so I couldn't text my pumper. I couldn't text my mom. I couldn't really do anything. So I was just like, oh my god. We made it out of the plane, and while we're in the airport, that's when like it started to all hit me at once, that like, oh my god, I can't move my legs. What if I can't ever move my legs ever again? What if my fucking legs fall out? What if my body turns black? I go to the restroom, I get butt naked, and I'm just like looking at myself, making sure everything's okay. Everything looked fine, but I couldn't get out of my spasm. I was like this. Like, I just couldn't get out of that. I basically really had no choice but to suck it up. And I was like, okay, we either go to the doctor with all our shit, my fucking 4 luggages and all this shit, like, go straight to the doctor and, like, tell him, like, try to explain to him what I have in my body. And then basically, like, I was just, for some reason, I just did not want to go to the doctor, and I did not want to ruin my friend's vacation either. And I was just like, I'm fine. I just can't move my legs.
That's not fine. So this video actually comes from Eden the doll. I think she is just the cutest. I've seen her around on social media. The story is actually pretty old. And I will say, right, when it comes to the trans community, they are insanely at risk for these types of scams, because a lot of them really want to go forth with their transitions without spending all of that money. And I cannot blame them, because it's ridiculous how much money you have to spend to really look like what you truly want to look like, and most importantly, feel comfortable in your body. That's why I'll never blame them, especially because I'm one of those people, and a lot of people might find this problematic, and I genuinely do not care, especially when it comes to transitioning as a woman. I feel like the more you put into it, the more people will accept you, which I think that's a universal I think that's a universal opinion, but I feel like if you still have your thing down there, I can't, because you're not going to be in a woman's locker room and the woman's bathroom and you still got the thing down there. Now, I'm not saying that because, you know, a lot of people feel like they be out here touching people and there are words or whatever. So I'm not even about to say that. Okay. That's not what it is. It's just like, if you're going to be about it, be about it. I know is way harder, and it respect. Okay. Because I know I could never. Okay. If I wanted to be a man, child, I'll just dress up like a tomboy and keep it at that. Like, I'm not about to do all of this, and I respect y'all. Like, I really do. And it's just sad that she even had to go through this. Like, I don't understand why. Like, first of all, the fact that people go to other countries because they can't afford it in the US is also an issue. I feel like things like this should be made more affordable, especially when it's something like this. And I know a lot of people are going to criticize me for that too. Like, oh no, like, these people need to stay how God made them. See, now that's where I kind of like, because at the end of the day, whether you think these people are mentally ill or you think there's nothing wrong with them, they're just born in the wrong body or whatever the case may be, I feel like things should be made more accessible so they don't hurt themselves. So they're not in these situations where they're becoming paralyzed and they have to go to other countries. And like, come on.
Let's go to the hotel room, let me like lay down. I want to like lay down and like basically stretch my body out and just lay down because I think I know what's going on. Dude, I got pumped yesterday and she literally told me not to basically sit on my ass or do anything but lay on my bed. So I'm assuming like something's up with that or whatever. He's like, okay, let's get you a skin car. So we call her and she's basically like, girl, what'd I tell you? You basically inflate the skin so much that it takes time for the skin to basically get used to the new volume that's inside of you. Obviously, I'm putting weight and pressure on my butt and on my hips where I did have the silicone and where my skin was basically taking its time to stretch, that I was forcing what was put in me to go upwards, and in a way I was basically just pushing it back inside me.
Too much science for me. I failed science at least twice in life. This is too much. Bitch, I would have got some ass injections and I would have ended up right back in the hospital in the back alley somewhere, because what are you talking about? Gravity, push up, push down, back on it. I don't know. I don't know.
Your body wants to expand, but you have something here pushing it back in. I'm basically like spreading it. Basically, she just told me to stay in bed. And if I feel any worse, to fucking call a doctor and fucking get that shit out of me. In the 40 years that she's been doing this, she's never had a fucking anyone die or anything like that.
You a fucking liar. She just didn't get caught. You never had anybody die. You never.
Like basically to just be calm and let my body heal itself, because like I said, my body was basically expanding, so it needs to heal itself. When I got to the hotel room, I stretched my body out, even though it hurts so fucking much. I stretched my body out, laid myself straight on the bed, and I basically stayed in bed for 2 days. It hurts so much to even just go pee because like I said, my body was stiff. Day 1 started to feel a little better. Day 2 I felt a lot better, and by day 3 I was like, fuck it, I'm in Thailand, I've been in the room all day, I need to get the fuck up and do something. When I got up, I was able to, you know, fully stretch myself, but I really wanted to take some time and just make sure I was good. I did feel a little bit like crampy still, but I was good enough to like walk or good enough to do stuff, you know, which is what I wanted, and it let me know that I was gonna be okay. Basically, I was paralyzed for 2 days, stuck in an unknown country with an unknown language, not knowing where a doctor was, and basically, you know, scared for my life. So thankfully I did not die on that trip, but I did learn a very valuable lesson. It made it that much more real to me that what I was doing was illegal, that I did not have a real doctor on board, and that I basically am risking my life for this. I should take it way more seriously, and you know, at the time I really wasn't. As scary and as silly as this first experience was, I know and I'm very much aware that I sound very freaking stupid and that this is something I should not mess or play around with. I was only 19. I was a baby. This was such a different time in my life where I was going through so much in my own head, and I was willing to risk everything to be a fully realized version of me.
Honestly, yeah. Like I said, I'm going to link all these videos down below in the playlist, but it's like, this is just so heartbreaking because I do see younger and younger, especially women, going through a lot of these procedures, and it's just like, for why? Like, a lot of the friends that I have that have gotten BBLs, I'm just like, bro, you're probably some of the prettiest friends I have. Like, what are we doing this for? Like, your body is already tea. Like, it's crazy because it's never the friends I have that look like a box of spaghetti. And you guys probably like, why are you making fun of your friends? Listen, I talk shit in your face. I talk shit behind your back. I talk shit on camera. We friends. I love y'all. Y'all talk shit about me too. Listen, you might be shaped like a box of spaghetti, but you a fine box of spaghetti. Like, what are we doing this for? Like, and it's so sad because it's like, I really wish a lot of these people would see how beautiful they are from other people's perspectives, right? I feel like a lot of people, lack that, right? Parents were their first bullies. Then they get to school, friends are bullying them or peers are bullying them. Then they get in relationships. The people they are in relationships with are bullying them. And it hurts because it's like, no matter how much you tell these people they're beautiful, no matter how much you tell these people that they're phenomenal, a lot of them are still going to go through with whatever procedure they have in mind. And it's just really heartbreaking because a lot of these people like will learn the hard way. Okay. Will learn the hard way and unfortunately lose their lives, especially when it comes to like trans people, because it's like, they are probably some of the biggest customers in this space, because a lot of times, like, first of all, did you guys know that there was black market hormone therapy? Child, I just found out about it like not too long ago, and I was just like, my head hurts. Because why? I know why, because hormone therapy is expensive, but it's like, Y'all, please do not lose your life getting these illegal injections.
42-year-old Cavancia Cornelius is charged with second-degree murder after police say she gave deadly injections of non-medical grade silicone to 19-year-old Eugene Simone Jones, who is transitioning from male to female and traveled from Fayetteville, North Carolina for the home procedure. The arrest warrant shows Cornelius regularly gave these injections here at her Salisbury address, 535 Union Heights Boulevard. The
I had to put the whole address out there. She already locked up. How about somebody else live there now? Put the whole address like that.
problem, she is not a medical doctor.
Now, I can understand if she had a doctor's medical degree, but since she don't, it's like, don't do it.
This is awful.
Neighbor Virgie Johnson says she's heard of cases like this before.
Mostly the young men that was converting from male to female to enhance their bodies to be more attractive.
Cornelius's sister lives next door. She tells Fox 46 Charlotte no comment
about the charges or anything else.
Warrants show police were tipped off by someone else who had 15 injections from Cornelius and ended up with silicone in the lungs that could have been deadly if not treated.
Y'all see, this stuff migrates. Like, I don't think people understand that. Even if you're getting it from a medical professional, it migrates, okay? We've done, I think in the last video, I talked about the people with the lip injections or the face injections. Like, this shit will move. Like, y'all think that this shit dissolves and no, it moves.
Fox 46 Charlotte is speaking over the phone with this victim.
The last time, I believe she purposely did it, to destroy me.
This person says the first 14 injections went fine, but before the 15th injection, she told Cornelius it would be her last.
So I know it was done purposely, being that it was my last time, and I told her that was my last time.
In Jones's case, silicone traveled to the lungs and heart before proving fatal. Now Cornelius is behind bars.
I'm glad she is. That way no one else can die or get seriously hurt from it.
Y'all, just be careful. Like, I really want you guys to understand that not only is this dangerous, but it's extremely unnecessary. It is one of the craziest ways to lose your life. Like, can you imagine, like, you get to heaven or hell, and they're like, what you wait here for? And you're like, I injected some silicone. Niggas gonna be looking at you like you crazy. Like, that's why I always said, like, if I die, I need to die honorable, right? So when I go in heaven or hell or purgatory, whatever, like, they're like, oh, how you died? And I'm like, yeah, I was saving a baby from a burning fire. They're like, hey, that might sound crazy and very morbid, but like, I can't. Like, that is just a crazy way to go out. Like, you have so much life to live. You have so many things to live for. You have so many people that love you. And to sit here and lose your life over some injections because you want your body to look more T. You want more aestheticism. You want a bigger ass. You want bigger boobs. You want bigger lips. Is absolutely asinine. Like, that, you ain't about to get no street cred in heaven or hell. Is that crazy? That's what I'm thinking about. Like, I'm trying to make this like a lighter situation because this is pretty morbid. I'm not gonna hold you. And it's just sad. Like, I'm happy that nobody that I know that have gotten procedures has passed away. Wait, let me make sure. Yeah, nobody I know that have gotten any procedures has passed away. But it's like, it can happen to anyone, okay? It can happen to you. It can happen to the next person. It can happen to them. It can happen to anyone. And I feel like a lot of people feel invincible to these things. They're like, oh, well, my girl is great. Oh, well, my doctor is this. Oh, well, my doctor ain't got no deaths. Nobody has died in the past 20 years that this person has been doing this. Nigga, you could be the first. You could be the first. I could be the first. Like, y'all don't understand. Like, y'all not thinking. And I feel like social media has made it worse. Like, a lot of the videos that I reacted to are pretty old, okay? I'm talking about like 8 years old, 4 years old, 2 years old, or whatever the case may be. But there are a lot of recent stories out there. And let's just say that people have not learned their lesson.
These BBLs are still going out of control. Unfortunately, a woman lost her life in the Bronx to it. And now this woman that actually ministered the killer shots is going to serve 4 to 8 years in prison for illegally injecting silicone in the butt of Walisa Castillo. Well, no, Walila Castillo is the one that was sentenced. It's Lesbia Alea from the Bronx. And her sister's really upset because she's saying 4 years is not enough because her sister did this with the same person twice before, but the third time was obviously the last time.
Right.
But this is still going on. This is something that happens all the time, unfortunately.
Yeah.
It's nothing new.
And I mean, I understand where the sister's, you know, coming from. She's upset that her sister passed from an illegal butt injection, but at the same time, she's got to hold her sister accountable. Like, come on, you have to know some stuff you don't get off the street. You pay for the assurance that it's going to be done right.
I got illegal silicone shots when I was 25 years old, and it was done in my apartment by a random woman. I paid thousands of dollars for this. At the time, there wasn't a lot of information on the dangers of it. It wasn't until like I probably had it in for maybe a year or two. It kind of started out with I started getting shooting pains down my legs. My legs would turn numb. My skin would itch. It would burn.
Oh my God.
When I really started to get scared is my skin started to discolor and I started to see like broken blood vessels all over my butt and like a purplish tint to my skin. I went and got blood work done. I was told that I had the overactive thyroid. That could be for many other reasons.
Yeah.
But it also could be because of I have a foreign
substance.
object in my body and my immune system is attacking that rather than dealing with everything else going on in my body.
I got illegal butt injections in Miami and almost died. Welcome back to my lore part 46. For context, check out parts 1 through 44 in my lore playlist. I know at the end of part 44 I was going to tell you guys about how I ended up working with Bella Thorne. But there are a couple key events that led up to it, and I think it's important I tell you. In late 2020 and early 2021, I was going to Miami a lot. There was nothing to do in the middle of the pandemic, and I was not really following CDC guidelines. I would literally be out at the bar with my friends having fun and say, I'm bored, let's just go to Miami. Flights are only $60. My friends and I would all hop on a train to the airport and just go. One night, I end up in Miami, I run into my friend Selena Powell, and Selena is telling me about butt injections. She knew a lady in a strip mall who did filler and butt injections. So I go with Selena and my friends to the strip mall, enter the strip mall, and have this lady numb my butt cheeks and inject filler into them. I was in my plastic surgery era. This entire series is about me self-destructing. You can also self-destruct with plastic surgery too. I want all girls to know this. I had just gotten a nose job because I was having trouble breathing. I lied to my mom and told my mom I couldn't breathe because my nose had gotten broken a year before. I couldn't breathe because of the amount of snow I was doing. When I went into the doctor's office and he was examining my nose to see if I had a deviated septum, he found a rock of snow in there. Obviously it wasn't the snow, but whatever the snow was cut with had turned into a little ball up my sinus and stuck in there. That was really, really awkward, but my mom ended up paying for my nose job anyway. She did start screaming and crying in front of the plastic surgeon about it, but still got the nose job. A nose job and a boob job wasn't enough for me. I wanted a bigger butt. I was scared to get a BBL, and I didn't really want to pay for a BBL at that point in my life because they're expensive and the recovery's really hard. So a legal butt injection seemed like the next best thing. I flew home from Miami, and then all of a sudden there was this big red patch on my butt cheek. As you can see, it was pretty large. The whole situation was not good. I got a fever. The hospital decides to admit me. They gave me IV antibiotics overnight. They were seriously worried I was going to get sepsis and die. They didn't know if the illegal material had got injected into my bloodstream. They had no idea what was going on. I ended up recovering enough that they let me out of the hospital. I went home and my butt cheek was still super sore. I touched it and then felt something wet. Horrified, I ran to my sink in my bathroom and was looking at my butt cheek in the mirror and noticed there was pus and foreign material leaking out of my cheek.
With that being said, make sure you guys, again, like, share, subscribe, go watch part 1. Peep the description box for everything you guys asked me about down below. And of course, shout out to my Zoes. It is Haitian Heritage Month. If you guys did not go check out my Haitian channel yet, what are you doing? Go peep the description box. And most importantly, for those of you guys who are interested in donating to Haiti, please make sure you guys go donate to P4H Global. I'm not Haitian. P4H Global, which is influencer Bertrude's nonprofit. We're responsible for building one of the first self-sustaining canals on the border of Haiti and the Dominican Republic so that Haitians did not have to rely on the DR in that region anymore. They have since been very, very successful with raising money and sending the money directly to Haiti for a lot of the people to live better lives. Right now, they are actually working on raising money to create a landfill for Haiti. Chad, I didn't know that Haiti didn't have a landfill either, but they're trying to secure Haiti's first landfill in Okap, Haiti, which is very instrumental because a lot of people are going there right now due to the lack of gang violence right now. Like, they've been one of the very few communities that have been able to sustain their villages and their part of Haiti without having any gang interference. So it is extremely important that we raise money to create this landfill because the trash will then be turned into energy so that Haitians don't have to live with no power for, 8 hours a day, because if you guys are not aware, that's how that works. Like, they turn the power off every day and then they turn it back on to conserve energy. So honestly, if you guys really want to donate, everything's going to be linked down below. Thank you guys so much for watching. And please make sure you take care of yourselves and speak life into others, but importantly, yourself. Love you guys so very much. And yeah, I'm going to see y'all next time.